here. What's up?
Hi, Merry Christmas. I'm an elf. I'm an elf.
She's an elf. She got a day off.
I'm a 4'11" and 3/4 elf. 5th grade, I think. Yeah, 5th grade. And I went to Boomers like on a field trip or whatever. And then, you know, like the little go-kart thingies. It was my first time on a go-kart. And so, like, I went around the lap or whatever, and I didn't know that you were supposed to stop in the little area thing. And then, like, by the time I saw that you were supposed to stop, I, like, passed it. I went, like, all the way past it. And then the guy that, like, runs the place looked at me like I was an idiot, and he had to drag my car all the way back, and he was, like, pissed off at me. And I was like, I'm sorry. And to, like, make matters worse, my crush of, like, since I was in, like, in 1st grade, my crush, he was watching the whole thing, and I was so embarrassed.
Hello, it's Bunny. So my embarrassing story, I have two actually. One of my embarrassing stories, you don't know this one, she does. That I lived up in Connecticut, and I was like, I don't know, I was around like 10 or something. And there was this really cute guy who was at my cousin's house, and there was weights on the floor. So I'm over there, everybody's picking up weights, and then I walk into the room like, oh, I can pick that up.
Oh my god!
So I go.
I know this is going bad.
So I go pick up the weight, and it's like freaking heavy. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is heavy.
Really?
I dropped it on his shoulder. The guy I thought I liked. I dropped it on his shoulder, and he was like in pain. It got all swollen. It was purple, and I'm like, I'm freaking out. Like, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god,
and
oh my god.
I was like, you idiot! Why did you pick it up? I didn't know. So I run into the kitchen, and I get peas in the bag, in the box, in that bag that's frozen. I'm like, here, put this on your shoulder. And I run out of the room, and I go inside my cousin's room, and I stay there like this in the corner, like, oh my god.
Aww.
And then my dad comes like, what are you doing? I hurt the guy. And then I'm like, oh my god. I waited for him to leave so I could get out of the room. I was so embarrassed.
That
I was
is
like, oh my
so
god.
embarrassing.
I freaking dropped it. It was huge. It was purple.
That's embarrassing.
But the good thing is, after he went outside, and then he went, there was a kitty underneath the thing. Then we connected later on.
Oh.
At the day, yeah. My third embarrassing story, I have a lot.
You have an
Yeah,
embarrassing life.
I do.
I bet your birth was embarrassing.
Actually, I almost died during my birth. Thank you. Pizza, and I was like, at least 5 or 4, and there was a guy who was in shorts. My dad was in shorts, and my dad was in the line, and I was sitting down on the table. So I get up. I don't even look up at the guy's face, and I'm there hugging. This thing, I'm like this on the guy's leg, and I'm thinking, oh, it's my dad, and I'm playing around with his hair. And when I look up, there's a random dude looking at me like, what are you doing?
I've done that before.
And then I chop him like, and then I run back to where I was. I forgot how old I think I was probably like 7 or 6, and we were at this barbecue, and like, you know those big ass man hands that some guys have. My dad has one of those, and then there was another dude who had the same big ass man hands. So I just grabbed his hand, and I'm just like going like this, crossing my face, and then playing with his fingers, and I go like this. And then I was just going like this, and then he's like, then I look up and I'm like, I'm sorry. I went to go use the bathroom. My teacher always said, oh, look, knock before you use the bathroom. I'm like, nah, I don't listen to that. So I went inside. So I was going inside. I opened the door, and then the guy's there standing, peeing, looking at me. I'm like, oh my god. And then I screamed, closed the door, and then my teacher's like, I told you to knock. Batman was over my house.
No. No. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.